Welcome back, my awesome friends. We're talking about comping, and today we're moving into a very important topic, which is voice leading. And the main goal here, my friends, is to understand the concept of smooth voice leading between chords. So let's say I want to move from a C to an F. I shouldn't just do every single time, right? That becomes a little bit boring and not very innovative, not innovative enough. I mean, that's okay for a while, but after some years, you get tired of just doing. So you got to amp that up a little bit, right? And the way to do that, you got to figure out how to move smoothly from here to here. And there could be some leading notes that you put into the mix. So, for example, you're playing subtle. See that? It could be more overt with. See? See? So there are all sorts of ways you can innovatively find alternatives to just, it could be. Depending on context, I'm not saying every single song, but if you are playing a lot of jazz or you're playing with an instrumental band and there's opportunity to agree on chords, you could be rather innovative, okay? So by changing as few of the notes as possible between chords, we create a seamless flowing harmonic foundation. We try not to jump around as much as possible. See? Instead of a G, I could play that. Instead of an E, I could play that. Go into this. There's so many endless options. So, what I would love for you to do is to work with me. And why don't you let's choose an easy key like a C, right? This is a 2, this is a 5, and this is a 1. So instead of doing, no, you have to look for a more subtle way. Now, when you're comping with two hands, you could get more creative. So you could use two hands as a team, and you get a lot more, because now the right hand becomes as dominant as the left. You're getting more mileage by introducing the proficiency of the right hand. For the first 3 episodes, I was focusing on the left hand, but now you can bring in the brilliance of a right hand. So look at that, and I can play here something totally different, or totally different. This hand is playing an F sharp major 7 flat 5, and this hand is playing an A major 7 flat 5. See that? Or this hand is playing a C sharp. I'm going to have to pause this to take this call. 1 second. Welcome back. Sorry about that break in transmission. We're talking about playing a 2 and then a 5 and then a 1, right? There's several ways you could do that. You could play it like this. See, very little movement. Let's do that again. Or, but with two hands, you can make it a little bit more robust. See, I didn't change anything up here, just changed the bass note. So I'm using a lot of clusters. Let's do that again. Or, see that? So there's so many ways you could play that progression depending on what you're trying to do. But the more positions on the keyboard one can get into, you know, for same chord, the better. Okay. Next thing I want to stress is the importance of tensions and extensions. So to add tension means to add notes that do not necessarily go with the chord. Hear that? You could look at that as tension, or just plain semitones in the C major seventh could be looked at as tensions, or replacing a C with a C sharp. So there are many ways you can do this. When we talk about extensions, we're talking about notes that go beyond the basic chord. So we've already talked about majors, major seventh, major ninth, and then you could venture out and play revoicings. For example, if I wanted to play a major ninth, I don't have 6 fingers, so I need to add the D somehow, and I could sacrifice that and play this. Or I could play something more robust by holding down a C, a G, a D, and I could play an E, A, and D up here. And it's in context, it's C, but now that I've added this and this, you have the 6th or the 13th, if you will, and the 9th, and it just allows for a more robust sound. So that's what I'm talking about when I say extensions. So this is a basic chord. I could choose extensions up here. See that? It really depends on what you're trying to achieve and what you're playing to. But those are some possibilities you want to think about. And that's it, my friends. In the next video, we will talk about comping again, and we'll go into discussions about interaction with other musicians and soloists. All right. Let's close it out with a little bit of fun. All right, let's call it a day. All right, thanks for joining. I'll see you in the next one.